What man wants to take over the old resource of River State and control it? Want to behave like Tinubu in Lagos? And the Rivers people are saying no.
The question is this: can a new Lagos State governance be created in River State? The answer is capital no. When people understand this, they will now know how to put their logics. Simple. Every state have its geography and how it works for them. If anybody thinks that the governor Fubara can be impeached just because he or she align himself with the center APC, that person is dreaming. He's a daydreamer. Simple fact. You see, if you look at the history of Rivers State, the people has always resisted. And they have one thing, one law for their governor. Period. So no matter how much you rejoice, it breaks my heart when I see the ex-governor, the minister of FCT, and his group of men dancing happily when the Supreme Court of Nigeria gave their judgment and the allocation of that state was stopped temporarily. You see, I listened to Kenneth Okonkwo, barrister, and he summarized it very well. I will attach what he said here.
I was really very ashamed seeing that people are rejoicing that the statutory allocation meant for their state is being cut off. So their intention is not the welfare of the Rivers people, because they are the ones that will be affected. Their intention is, once it satisfies their quest for power and resources, if the Rivers people want to go and die, they can go and die. I was really ashamed, because this is like the woman who went to King Solomon and told King Solomon to divide the child. Let her take one part, let the other woman take one part, because it's not her child. She knows that the child will die. So if River State dies, provided they get their own part of the cake, they don't mind. That's why they can unashamedly be rejoicing that the court said that statutory allocation will be denied their own people.
Glorifying God, that God have answered their prayer. The allocation that is supposed to go to their people to better the life of their people is stopped momentarily, and you rejoice that your people will face hunger so that they will support your own selfish interests.
It's not supposed to be a crisis. But what man wants to take over the old resource of River State and control it? Want to behave like Tinubu in Lagos? And the Rivers people are saying no. And the Rivers people are behind same to say, no, Godfather, nobody should take control of River State resources except the legitimately elected chairman, governor, and the other team. Things should work well. We don't want a situation where one man will be building flyover only this local government. We want to make sure River State is developed as same is developing the state. It develops every part of the state. It's not developing one section of the state. That is what Rivers want. And so we are not in support of what is going on in the River State. The Rivers elders are not also in support of what is going on in River State. The men and women of River State are not even in support of what Wike and his team are trying to do.
What a moment to be in Nigeria. What a moment to be for River State. Wow. And now he thinks that after all those things, the same people you deny their rights will come around to support you and clap for you. As I said in the beginning of this video, Lagos State can never be River State. People will resist it, and no matter how much you try to come with federal might, you see, Governor Fubara can never be impeached. Yes, it is the Chief Justice of the state have the right to institute the committee that will investigate every allegation labeled against the governor. And to our understanding, as long as the Chief Justice of that state is working with the governor, everything those so-called MPs are doing is all in vain. They may cause little unsettling situation in the states, but just for a time. And all of them will regret it. Because the people who voted them into power once will revenge on them when the time comes. So when you're rejoicing, be mindful of what you're rejoicing for. Yes. You see, every zone in Nigeria have their own way of life or their own way of allowing their political figures to do what they want to do. The same way you have it in Lagos State, it's not the same way it is in Rivers State. I rest my case here.